Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lawrence Wong, and I'll be counting down with you to the 2020 Singapore Book Awards live show on the 13th of August, 4 p.m. And here are the finalists for the Best Non-Fiction title. Let's go.
The finalists for Best Non-Fiction title are Homeless, the untold story of a mother's struggle in crazy rich Singapore. Written by Liana Damira. Published by Epigram Books.
I'm surprised and happy that the book is nominated. I'm grateful to the Singapore Book Publishers Association for considering Homeless for the 2020 Singapore Book Awards. Now, the book was published less than a year ago, and to receive this opportunity is such a huge honor. Thank you. I'm still grappling with the fact that the manuscript was accepted by Epigram, and to have it published means a lot to me and my co-writers. It means that the story needs to be told, and that we shouldn't shy away from any challenges, even if it requires us to step up and represent those who are voiceless. I hope with this nomination, it helps to inspire other aspiring writers from all walks of life to come forward and share their masterpiece. Thank you.
幽影正天生，牛车水百年画历程。
Written by Dr. Wong Chi Meng. Published by Global Publishing. reluctant editor. The Singapore media as seen through the eyes of a veteran newspaper journalist. Written by P.N. Bulgy. Published by Marshall Cavendish International, Asia.
I had been thinking of writing a book for a while, especially after I retired from journalism, which was 2003. But somehow, as most journalists, never get down to doing something unless there is a deadline. So finally, I told myself, no. I want to do this book and I want to finish it by a certain time. But the main reason is that media is so integral to our lives. But very few people know about media in Singapore, especially because hardly anything is written about media. A journalists write about everything else, but they don't write about their own profession. And what I wanted to get across in the book, most of it is in the last chapter titled Last of the Mohicans. And there I detail, and to some great extent, what some of the older editors did. They even were strong enough to say no to Lee Kuan Yew on occasions, and at least two of them paid a heavy price by either losing their jobs or being moved to another place somewhere in the company. I call it the Siberia of the publishing company. That's how it all started, and I felt that this is such an important part of Singapore history which has not been told. Most difficult choice stroke decision happened sometime in 1990s when one of the newsroom faced a major error committed by a journalist, and it was the worst sin that a journalist had committed. He got his fact wrong and he trusted his source, and that source has been correct all the time, and the story was published. All hell broke loose, and there was internal investigation on the reporter and the two editors who were in charge of him. The disciplinary inquiry found all three of them guilty, and I had to make a very, very difficult choice of what to do: demote them or do something to them. All three were very good journalists, extremely good, talented journalists. If I said sack all three of them, I think the newsroom will suffer. We would lose a sizable part of our talent pool. So I took the decision to sack one person and demote two. That didn't go down well in the newsroom because they felt I was being unfair. The editor-in-chief went with my decision. Looking back, I would say yes, I made the right decision because I managed to save two very, very talented editors, but in the process sacrifice a very good reporter. I think an ideal journalist is somebody who feels for his country, who feels for his society, and wants to do good for his society in many different ways. One could be to expose errors, mistakes made by big shots. Another could be to communicate effectively what's going on in our country. Some people said, oh, I didn't know all these things happened. Some of the events that I have narrated in the book. Some people said, oh, yeah, we had some inkling that some of these things happened, but now we know for sure. And other reactions is, I should have written more. Chapters are too short. They wanted more information about media's dealings with government. The media is very, very important to society. If you don't read media, you won't know what's really happening in your country. And I try to reveal details of what happened in the past, especially when Lee Kuan Yew was an extremely strict prime minister, and he always wanted to control the media, and how the professionals on occasions went against him. And I think that gives very good insight into the kind of of life the journalists led at that time. And I even narrate real life examples of journalists' experiences with Lee Kuan Yew. And I have my own experience, which I have also mentioned in the book. He was so angry with me that he called my editor-in-chief and asked him, who is that journalist? Who is that man practicing Western style journalism? But the bottom line is it's not just the drama, but the reality of media, why media is important. And I leave it to the readers to decide whether today's journalists, today's editors are doing their job the way they should do it.
Hard at Work, Life in Singapore, written by Gerard Sesges and Ng Shi Wen, published by NUS Press.
And those are the finalists for today. We'll announce more finalists for the best non-fiction title on the 11th of August, next Tuesday. And to know the winner of this category, join us on the 13th of August, 4 p.m, right here at the Singapore Book Publishers Association Facebook page. I'd also like to ask you to join me tomorrow to find out more about the finalists for the best picture book. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a great day ahead. My name is Lawrence Wong. I'll see you tomorrow.
All shortlisted titles in Singapore Book Awards 2020 are available on Amazon. Get your copy now.